The executive system of government is too expensive if we must be honest to ourselves.
I'm in support of having a state police and even having local government police.
Those who want to invest had better come in now, because Nigeria is going to change and change for good.
We have given in to sentiments that are tribal or religious or political.
Whoever is honest in politics will begin to run into problems. In fact, you will not get elected.
I think you must be guided by certain principles.
Me, I like my country. I like the land and people. Everything is there for Nigeria. Make we join hands to make Nigeria better.
True Nigerians, heroes of our time. Let's go there.
Hello Nigeria and hello Nigerians. It's that time again of True Nigerians, heroes of our time. A program where we bring to you Nigerians that are role models. Nigerians that are worth emulating. Nigerians that have done us well in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. My guest today on the program is a mentoring commandant. He is also the founder and the chairman of Ben TV. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time on True Nigerians, I have Alistair SHOYEDE. A pleasure to have you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be with you.
We have a traditional question. Your personal opinion on how would you define a true Nigerian?
Wow. For me, really, in this modern day Nigeria, a true Nigerian, based on when I was born, is somebody who sacrificed a lot of things for his neighbors. Somebody who sacrificed a lot of things for his family, and not a person that thinks it's about him alone. That to me should be a true Nigerian. But right now, as of today, we are completely different from that meaning of a true Nigerian. And I do hope, as we have seen the world moving into these challenges, either from the pandemic and other economic challenges, that we may indeed find true Nigerians that would think about the country rather than about themselves.
As well said. I'm trying not to jump and follow my questions, but talking about pandemic, as CEO of Ben TV, we're also proud of Ben TV, back in the UK, and that's a window that we have as Nigerians to be seen. That's the only window we have for a long time. How did the pandemic, how did it affect your work there in the UK? Because I know it's more serious in the UK than in Nigeria.
Well, the truth is, it has affected us in terms of being business and corporate more than ever, more than at any time that we started running as a media platform. Because we do have the opportunity of once in a while to run out into Africa to find new businesses that will support the sustainability of our broadcast. Nevertheless, that people might say there's quite a lot of black people in the United Kingdom, which may be true, but they're not profiled business owners, which means that you're able to generate revenue to sustain your platform and your business outfit. So with that, it means that constantly we have to come into Africa, be it Nigeria, find new business that will keep us going. And with the COVID arriving, it means that for almost 7 months, we're not able to have that opportunity of quickly dashing out, to find the income, find the business that will keep us going. So right now, definitely the black media are well challenged. And again, what we then realize as well is during this COVID time, that the demand on ethnic media, especially on our own type of platform, is much more than at any other time, because as you have realized, quite a lot of ethnic black people die within the BME community due to the challenges that they face with the COVID-19. And it then means that we need to do more enlightenment program, we need to do more interactive program, more intervention program. But again, the system then says everybody should stay at home. So while you're not getting any support from your black entity, then it means that it is a heavy burden on our type of black media. So it is very challenging, and one of the reasons that we're hoping that we'll be able to capitalize, find intervention, be it in Africa as we normally do. But without that, then you can see some of the medias and some of the black-owned businesses will be closing down, and that's a fact.
Wow. And the fact that you said that, you had to come back to Africa once in a while, to find some sort of support for your business and all that, for you not to be able to find that kind of support out there, could that be associated with some form of racism, knowing fully well that your station is more about blacks in Africa and all that? How do you cope with racism? And
personally, for me, because I mingle more within the black community than other mainstream, but nevertheless it's there, and it's not something that you can shy away from, especially that we represent the ethnic community in the United Kingdom and in Europe.
So racism?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when now you come to the issue of racism, we know it exists. There is no doubt, because we have interacted, we have intervened in many occasions, and we have created a program that brings the people together. So personally for me, I know it's there, but again, I would not say I have really encountered it, even though most of the thing that we do as a black entity, as a black media, is something that the mainstream has to monitor. Because say, for example, on the issue of sexuality, in the black community, be it here, what do I want to call it, same-sex marriage or same-sex living is allowed over there. Here in the black community, or be it in Nigeria, it's not allowed. You go to prison and all that kind of thing. So you try to find a situation where you balance the thing acceptable within the black community and the thing that is illegal within the United Kingdom system. So you just try as much as you can, always being on board to monitor what's happening.
I think I see the angle. You are just trying to be moderate.
Well, that's what they expect you to do, in the sense that you have to be neutral. You have to give everybody an equal chance to make a presentation. So, for example, here in Nigeria, for example, over there, when you're talking about leadership, or when you're talking about political entity, if you're giving the party in government 10 minutes of airtime, you need to give the opposition 10 minutes as well. That is the legality. Anything below that is illegal and is against the law. So yes, you have to be moderate to give everybody an equal opportunity to make a presentation.
That's very good compared to what happens here in Nigeria. Nigeria, there are some stations that when you take stuff to, they would not even air it because the guest on the program is from the opposition party. So there are a lot of programs that it anti ruling party will not be aired. And if eventually that other party that is not ruling takes over power, the same thing happens, which is not supposed to be so.
It's not at all. It's breaking the law. People who are supposed to protect the law are breaking the law. And when they do that constantly, then you just know that if another person who is not even in government breaks the law, he can give you a good example, especially if they have the strength to say, well, you broke the law and you have been breaking the law. So why are you telling me not to break the law? So there's quite a lot of things that are not providing good governance and leadership in the country.
So it is every Nigerian's right. I mean,
correct.
Party or no party.
Yes.
You should air anybody's opinion as long as it's not illegal.
That's correct.
How would you compare the industry there in UK and here? Do you think we're doing well? Where do you think we need to improve in regards to broadcasting?
Well, the broadcasting industry definitely is creative, is innovative. Every time we come across something new, and that's the reason why now with this global crisis that has actually been introduced broadcasting wider than where it was supposed to be completely. Now you can do online studios, connectivity from anywhere in the world, and so you don't really need to have that massive structure than people to be there. But again, when we look at our situation in Nigeria, because of the technological challenges, which mean, for example, our internet is not yet strong. Other things, power, if it is not available, then you might find out things are cutting off when they're not supposed to. But again, we do have private establishments that have shown that it can be done, and we've seen the public media outfit as well showing tremendous improvement, that things can definitely improve. But nevertheless, it has to be with the NBC as well, the regulatory framework of what they are for the people, rather than what they are for those who appointed them into office. So there must be a playing level field whereby the broadcasters are treated equally, and the broadcasters are respected, and likewise the broadcasters delivering what they know is unique, what they know is honest, what they know is transparent. For Nigeria to move in terms of this field, I think the media industry really need to do more than what they're doing right now. For me, the problem that we're encountering in Nigeria is to do with our broadcasters or media outlet, because they just need to do a little bit more. But again, there's a fear factor that the government or the institution are not respecting the law. So you're saying the truth, and then they come heavy on you. Not because you broke the law, it's just because you broke someone else's interest. And with that, then really, the challenges for the broadcasters is increased rather than reduced, and for them to compete globally with other outfits. So we are doing something, but I think the regulators need to give freedom to the broadcasters, knowing that they have told them the laws, and the broadcasters, if they indeed broke the law, then face the consequences. But in many situations, it's not like they broke the law, because the broadcasters are there more or less to represent the interests of the public rather than the interests of the few selected.
So given the same circumstances in UK, if you put out something in the newspaper and you have evidence that is true, even though it's against the sitting government or whoever, let's say the prime minister or something, nothing is going to happen to you.
Nothing is going to happen to you. The only thing is, they will say, is it in the interest of the public to know that the person did what you said he did? If it is in the interest of the public,
and you must have proof,
and then it is a public figure, then there's nothing wrong at all. In fact, the reason why you're exposed is because maybe you're dodgy, because you're unaccountable, and then you need to leave office because there is a trust of the people in your own life or in your office, on the office that you're holding. And if you're not honest, then the broadcaster or the media outfit has to expose you so that you leave office. And the truth is, you will leave the office immediately.
I wish that would be the same scenario here in Nigeria. I wish Nigeria, well, one day will be like that. Yeah. Okay, the entertainment industry. I'm a musician. I'm also the vice president of EP1, if you know what that is.
Yeah.
I remember when we were starting, you get like 95% Western music and nobody even listens to us. But now things have changed. The Nigerian music and movie industry has really improved. How does that make you feel? I mean, up there in UK, and how has that contributed to your station?
Well, in the early days, surely enough of our outfit platform, then we have definitely worked with almost every leading African, Black, and of course Nigerian artist. If you remember, some of them used to live in the United Kingdom before relocating, and Nice and all the people, you see them, and to know that our platform gave them.
Oh, Nice used to live in UK.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
All these people, definitely, I think it's Nice. They used to be in UK. The guy that got married to Jennifer, can't remember his name now. He used to be in
JJC.
JJC.
Yeah,
they all used to be in the UK, and many of them. And of course, those who didn't leave is our platform that was broadcasting them to the international community, providing the platform for them to be able to be recognized in the award, like the MOVA Award in the United Kingdom. So we created that platform for that delivery of their content in UK, in Europe. And so surely enough, we have come a long way. And the likes of the emerging young artists do wonderful things, the like of you, who have allowed them likewise to emerge because of what you have started doing. And then so you can see the leverage that the Nigerian industry definitely has capitalized and generated more followers globally, and not just in Nigeria. And some of the stars indeed are making good fortune out of that industry. So it is a long way, but it is one that definitely has improved, and it has turned around the fortune of many people in the country, both in terms of money, followers, and satisfaction in the sense of the joy that they created to many families and individual people across the country.
However, we have one major problem, our major problem here, just one problem that would make everything perfect for the entertainment industry is that the federal government or the government of Nigeria doesn't seem to be giving us any attention, or the kind of attention. They don't even give us any attention at all. So that's just our problem. You can't deal with the issues of piracy without enforcing the law. I mean, so many things that the government, infrastructure, enabling film cities, you know, like other countries, you have film villages. We are still struggling with national theater. You understand?
But the fact of the matter is, one can ask, remodify the question to say, which industry will say the government are backing them 100%?
Political industry.
That's it.
If there's any industry like that.
That's it. You know? So it's a fact that if you cannot invest into something that is already making profit, then it will be hard for you to invest into something that is not making profit. And that is where sometimes in the country we are where we shouldn't be. There are things that you now recognize, the music industry, the Nollywood industry, the sporting industry, where government or whoever should invest, because these people are turning around the fortune of millions, but it's not been done. Then you cannot prove to me that you go and invest into something that is not actually making profit. You're just throwing the money down the drain. So there is a need for us to identify where we believe that we can indeed turn around the fortune. For example, when everybody sits on the oil and gas industry, it's because it's naturally there. And on its own is making profit, even though the profit is not being given to the people or do it or account for it duly and officially, but it's making profit, it's making revenue, it's generating revenue on a daily basis for the country. So you cannot then go and invest into places that are destructive to the people and to the community and think you will gain anything out of it. So you're taking the revenue and the profit from other places to throw into another angle. So surely enough, the Nollywood, the copyright issue is heavy. And if government will just implement those regulatory framework that has already been written, then everybody would be much more better. But then again, as I said,
it will solve 50% of the unemployment problem in Nigeria.
Yes.
Okay. Insecurity in Nigeria. Of recent, there was a lot of killings. You know, the Nigeria of those days is not like what is happening now. There's the Fulani headsmen, there's the Boko Haram, there's the kidnapping. A lot of things have changed in Nigeria. It's not as peaceful as it used to be. You have a lot to do with the youths. You travel around to motivate the youths, or
speaking engagement, intervention.
Yeah.
Mentoring.
That's the word I was looking for. You know, and you know, to achieve all these evils that I've mentioned, it's impossible without the youths. Yeah. How does that make you feel, and what are you doing, knowing fully well that you are always in touch with the Nigerian youths? That is your department. That is what you do, talking to these youths, to mentor them, to change their IQ, to make them see the light. What have you done differently given the recent uprising?
To narrate what I think I've heard, seen, listened to, read, online, offline, and as a media person as well, you get a lot of information that comes to your knowledge. And a day after the ENSA issue happened in Nigeria, Lekki and other places, myself and an organization went to Lagos to quickly go and see for our own, and to see how we can talk to people that potentially are identified to be youth leaders. So I met with top celebrities in Lagos, have a conversation made with broadcasters, have a conversation. What do we need to do? We need to enlighten the people. We need to create more synergy. We need to create more content that will show where we are and what we need to prevent from destroying ourselves and our community and our town and cities. And from there, of course, went to other places, all interacting and meeting the youth on my own and with other people. So for me, I have done something in that line. And of recently as well, I went to the north, in places like Katsina, talk on talent discovery with the Katsina people, Katsina government, and to see what more can be done to nurture the talent that God has given individual and those that have talent, to see what they can do with it. So mentorship is very important in this country. But what happened is, even though followers follow politicians, but that's not mentorship. And then again, if you have a bad leader and you're trying to emulate and copy him, you will only produce bad followers who will do worse than the previous leader. Even holy books mention when you have a bad king, the one maybe coming after him could be even worse than him, because that's what they learn. So we need to create that synergy, that relationship. And to be honest, it's so easy to do, because Nigerians are lovers of peace deep down. And Nigerians, I believe, obey nations, because when Nigerians go abroad, they don't behave like Nigerians at home. So that means we are obedient when we see people following the law and order. It's here that you know almost anybody that is in front of you is likely going to break the law in front of you. I've seen so many leaders driving their convoy, traffic light, they jump. That is totally disobedience to the people of Nigeria and to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And I have no respect, to be honest, for people that I see doing that. Deep down, I have no respect for them. And that's the truth, because you cannot expect me to do something legally, and yet you are the first person to break the law. That is not leadership. That is not fatherhood. That is not parenthood. That is just a bully. And so we must look into this situation where we can make our country, as you rightly say, the Nigeria of 1960, 1970, yes, there was war. 1980s, things were beginning to change. The 1990s, things begin to improve. It's not the same Nigeria of the 2020. It's not. So we don't know who we're deceiving. Nobody is at peace. As you may follow the National Assembly asking the president to appear to come and answer questions on insecurity. But they themselves in there, they have broken the law every day. How many policemen are running around them? If there's security, you should not see security around anybody. Anybody that you see with a security person around him means that there's insecurity around him. Simple and short. So if you want to tell me that Nigeria is secure, show me that you can drive around alone. Your office may expect you to have one or two, but where I'm based, where many of our diasporans are based, a prime minister does not have more than maybe one policeman, even that's if you see that uniform policeman around him every time. You can go to number 10 right now, you'll not find more than 5 police uniform men in the whole building where the prime minister's office is and his home. You can say, oh, Nigeria is big. Well, you can still make it bigger and still respect the law and still respect people. I cry when I see a policeman running up and down people. You have respect for this uniform. The uniform of the Nigerian policeman or an army officer is the uniform of Nigeria, not of him. So when a policeman is running around some so-called icon leader, I wonder, excuse me, officer, I have respect for your uniform, but you yourself, you have no respect for it. And the person you're running after could be a criminal, which you, even if you're a corporal, should be able to arrest him there on the spot. Right? So there's a lot of things that we allowed because maybe we do know, but the system bully us. So until we're able to get to that stage, my country will continue to go negative direction rather than positive direction. And until when the law of this Federal Republic of Nigeria is honored, respected diligently in full accountability, this country is not going to move forward. No matter how many youth you want to call, no matter how many leaders you're going to put, a bad leader would always produce bad followers. So if you believe that the leaders are good, then we, the followers, will be very good. But if you believe that we're suffering in this country, and then you expect the person who is creating that suffer to be the person that produces another person to come and take over, your suffering would only continue. And then we just have to adopt, to accept the situation.
You know, it's difficult to obey the law when you are hungry. Understand sometimes, because you know the hunger and the suffering comes from this bad leadership. And then sometimes I think that they make the suffering on the masses deliberately so that the masses will be loyal to them.
I'm not too sure if it is a deliberate attitude. If you know how to play football, you just know how to play football. If you don't, you don't. Now, the followers or the leaders, if they believe that intentionally or unintentionally, that by holding things that belong to the people, there is nothing that is going to happen to them, they will do it. But if you hold what belongs to us and the law, now the policeman comes to your door because we have officially reported you, then you will not disrespect the Nigerian people. Neither will you hold what belongs to us. Every politician, and I mean majority of Nigerian politicians, are not honest. Because if they say they live on their salary, then they should not be showing the kind of wealth that they have. If they say they're living only on what government give them, they were not supposed to be contractors outside public service. If you were elected, you're not supposed to have any business. At least that's what the Constitution says. When you have a job, as a politician elected, you're supposed just to live on that. Nevertheless, of course, if you have a business before going into politics, and your business is succeeding, is a different ball game that is a profit to your company. Now, what the president or anybody need to do is, any Nigerian leader, be a politician or not, that tells you he has 1 billion naira in his bank account, that he generated that money genuinely, please let the president ask them, and the tax people ask them, have you paid a tax on your 1 billion?